She was very, very angry. She was so angry.
Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most. Listen, you might not see my face again until the end of this video, right? But let me set the video up so you can watch the video. I wanted to show my face though because if Sela actually sees this video, I want her to understand that I didn't just grab her content and used it for some type of a publicity sake or used it for ratings or views or anything contrary. I used it because I think there's a message here that we all need to hear, because I've been preaching that same message for a while now and I've gotten a lot of flack from it from my own people. So I'm trying to use it to wake up some people, you know what I'm saying, in order to make a better life for people, period. Understand the levels of this video. Let me set the video up. So here is the daughter of two very famous parents. She is the daughter of Rowan Marley, which is Bob Marley's son, and she is the daughter of Lauryn Hill, multi-Grammy winner, multi-million selling albums, highly awarded, accredited, respected Lauryn Hill, right? And when you have two parents that are that famous, then you fall somewhere in the middle and the fame falls on top of you and you gotta pretty much like dig your way to survive. In this video, you will see two clips. One's pretty lengthy and one is pretty short. So Sela came out and she said a couple of things about her growing up. She is of the age now where she is going into that conscious state of life. Like, okay, this is what happened in my past and this is how it's affecting me now. And I need to face it, address it, heal from it, and move forward. And I respect her and I commend her for that. She just turned, I mean, she's 21. She'll be 22 as far as I know, November, sometime in November. I believe it's like November 12th or something. Anyhow, at that age is when you start to figure out like, wow, this is what happened. Damn, that's why I feel this way. I'm traumatized. You know, it was traumatic while I was going through it, but it has its long-lasting effects that I still feel the ripples from right now. Both videos were raw. She put some stuff out about her parents and the media took it and spun it and did something totally different with it, and I understand that. What I don't think Sela understood was, or understand, is how the media really is as far as people out there in the media. We live in a different world. In her world, she's in the computer world where we go to our computers, we go to our cameras, whether it's on our phone or a freestanding camera, and we say what we want to say, right? And we hope to reach people, and there are people out there that reach back to us, but there are a lot of people who take what you say, they ridicule you, they use it against you, when all it is you telling your own story and trying to heal from certain traumatic events. So watch the video, hear what she had to say, and listen to what I'm saying in the video as we go along. Alright?
They didn't really get to know each other, you know, so they were always arguing, always fighting. So I didn't really see much peace, you know? I didn't see much peace at all. No peace. But yeah, my mom changed. She's not like that anymore, actually. She actually changed. I'm very proud of her. I'm actually very proud of her. I'm very, very proud of her. Once I hit 6th grade, she finally calmed down, honestly. She was working it out through middle school. But honestly, she actually changed a lot. She really did. She really did. I'm actually very proud of her. Because it was sad to see, because it would be like her crying over my father, them not getting along, and so it was also that, it was the beatings coupled with the fucking, hearing my parents argue at night, you know, and like, I would just be the only kid awake, just crying. I'd just be crying, you know, just crying, just crying. Just crying. That's all I knew how to do. I just had to cry, and I don't know if I fully blame her for that, but in the same sense, I don't think she realizes how much that affected me. You know, just like her parents, she would spank us. She would spank us, right? She was just very angry. She was very, very angry. She was so angry. she was literally unapproachable, not easy to talk to, and then half the time we didn't live with her. I was living with my grandparents half the time, and so she was just very angry. Yeah, she was just very angry, and so when we would get disciplined, it's crazy. I'm playing this trauma back in my head as I speak to you. She'd be like, "Go get the belt," right? That's how you know you're in trouble. Go get the belt. She would hold our hands like this, and we would just sit in circles as she beat us. It was literally just like that. Ooh, that actually just traumatized me. Hearing that sound, yo, that sound, bro. And then after that, it will be fix your face. Fix your face. Fix your face, right? So now you're sitting there mad as fuck. And then the threats, the constant threats, bro. Yo, the constant threats. And that's why, and now you want me to embarrass you? You want me to give you something to cry about? I would oh my God. No, man. The belt, bro. Oh my God, it's that slave shit. That was some slave shit. They were on, all black parents on that shit. And then she was also so angry because at that same time, you know, she's Lauryn Hill. So she's getting attacked by the media.
Okay, so she talked about getting beatings, and she described vividly how her mom would hold her hands in the air and beat her and just beat her and beat her, right? And she'll be saying all kinds of angry stuff while she's beating her. And as we saw Selah relive or recant these happenings, she became visibly traumatized. And she said even talking about it now evokes some kind of emotions that, you know, she feels traumatized. Now, after she did that video, there were a lot of people on social media saying stuff like, "Man, please, we all grew up just like that. If you Jamaican or you got Jamaican or Caribbean family, then that is how you were raised and you got those beatings. Get over it." You know, and there were other people who were saying, "You are Marley. Why are you disgracing your family by putting your dirty laundry out in the public?" And all that type of stuff, which a lot of it was negative towards Selah, who in this case, for me, would be a victim. She was a victim of what happened to her while she had no control over what happened to her as a child, right? And she is just reliving her story and hoping that others who went through that or are going through that can come through and get to a place of healing. I completely get it. This video you're about to see now is what she said after the backlash from the media, right? And I might only play some of this video, but then we can go on and talk. Here is that video.
Of me talking, and really? Nah, but you know, I always have the reasonable people on my live. So shocked. Nah. I didn't know if I should delete it or keep it up because I wanted people to see the whole thing and not just the little fucking piece that they wanted from it. You know what I mean? Like, what? Really? 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 Like, I just want to know, really? Oh my God. Well, I just want you guys to know that after people, but really, the 1.2 minute, well, let's just use this time to segue into how what I was discussing is actually quite commonplace. And let me also clarify and say that my father is not a deadbeat, okay? That's not the case. I was just on the phone with him today, literally. Like, we talk, it's just that we have a strained relationship because of things that happened. And this is like, come on. Oh my God, like, oh my God. I'm just very disappointed in how the media took vulnerability, healing, and made it this disgusting. I deleted it because my dad wanted me to delete it, honestly. He was like, you know what, take that shit down. And I was like, people were just waiting to get this. Yeah, I feel that too, though. I think everything was so important. It reaches out to the supposed to everything. Yeah, and that's why I'm happy, because I know that I saw how many people what I was talking about touched. You know what I mean? Like, so I was happy about that. I was really happy about that, you know? I was very happy about that. But I was just extremely disappointed when, and honestly, even when I looked through the Shade Room comments, like, they weren't the worst, but I just don't like the fact that, don't take it and vilify my father, you know? Like, don't take it and vilify my mother. And one, not the first person to get spanked. Two, not the first person to have parents that don't stay together. Like, ultimately, a lot of it was about the fact that they just did not stay together. It wasn't about him not wanting to take care of his children. It was about the fact that they just were having, honestly, marital issues. And kids got caught in the crossfire. That happens a lot of the time. It happens very often, you know? And I don't understand why they didn't take our code of honor video. Like, we made a whole code of honor. This was about how I get fucked up. Like, this was about how the shit that, the wrong that I do, you know? And just me realizing how the wrong that I do and where it came from. You know what I mean? Like, and also, it was never to make an excuse for myself. It was never to, you know, never that. But I'm glad that I did open up this conversation, because I do think it provided healing. I do think, you know, I don't know if me and my dad would have had this conversation if I didn't talk about it like this, in this way. And we had a whole conversation. She got emotional, you know. But I'm not the only person that goes through this. You know, so to like pin it like it's a Lauryn Hill's daughter, Bob Marley's brand, like, shut the fuck up. Stop. Why don't my siblings defend my dad? I think that they just didn't want my dad to get, like, bullied by the media. You know, they understand where I'm coming from at the end of the day. I spoke with all of them today. Unfortunately, I was very angry this morning. I was angry this morning. That's the crazy thing. So I gotta call my sister and yo, there's healing. But like I said, I'm gonna go pull up on my dad this week. And, like, we're gonna have more of these uncomfortable conversations, and hopefully it'll help us mend our relationship even more. Just mend our relationship, ultimately. Because that's what it's about. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about this shit. I just wanted to fix my relationship. I just wanted my relationship to be fixed. But, you gotta go backwards, I guess. You have to go backwards. You gotta go backwards. So, what are my mom's thoughts on the anchor? Oh, I don't think she's actually seen that yet, and I'm sad that they took that, but she'll be alright. She'll be alright. She was actually angry a long time ago, you know? She was not angry, but the same way I'm talking about how I'm hurting, like, she was hurting, you know? Like, she was fucking hurting. Why didn't I go? Because I actually enjoy talking to my live, and I'm actually a very transparent person, and I have been a therapist. But in the same sense, I like communicating my life. It just so happens that I'm a public figure, and blah, blah, blah. Like, honestly, we're also human. You know what I mean? We're also human. And I'm allowed to express it. You know, this is the problem I had my entire childhood. Like, literally, it was always, yo, you can't post this because that. Yo. Yeah, my siblings did fall in that trap, I'm not gonna lie. They definitely did fall in that trap. But it's cool. It is what it is. I think they were just trying to, like, save my dad's face, because, you know, we trying to make business moves, and now they're trying to pull him out, and da-da-da-da-da. But that's my father. Like, why would I ever, you know? Like, why would I ever want to see him down? Why would I ever want to see my father down? Why would I ever want to see my mother down? You know, at the end of the day. And so the point was for me, I am a transparent person. And for anyone who's actually been following me for a long time, like, you would know that I come here with a lot of my shit. Not my shit, but I came here I like to talk to other people about their opinions. Why so much swearing? You resemble the Marley fella. Shut up! Like, leave me alone with that shit, bro. Do you understand how annoying that is all the time? Stop repressing me. Stop. Like, oh my god. Why? So the Marleys can't curse words? They don't use curse words? That's what they don't do? The Marleys don't use curse words? When you're a Marley? That's what that means? Like, that was literally my whole fucking... you can't post this because you're a Marley. You can't... you get... Like, oh my god. But anyway... Do you hear yourself? Your mom went to jail. Prince came through for your mom, not your dad. What are you talking about? I want to know where y'all get your facts from. Where do you get these facts from? Who you get your facts from? Shade Room? That's where you get your information from? About Lauryn Hill and Rohan Marley? Is that who tells you what to believe? The Shade Room? Lipstick Valley? Oh, Lipstick Alley. Lipstick Alley? Madame Noir? Is that where you get your information from about my family? I was just wanting to make sure about, you know... You could ask. You could ask. I'm right here. You could actually ask instead of telling me what my father did for my mother. I just had to come through and let y'all know niggas are tripping. Niggas are tripping. Like y'all are kind of not y'all, obviously not y'all in here, but like G, son. Don't do that. You guys, at the end of the day though, you know I would never come through to bash my parents. I have to go to sleep with them. Like, that's just what I wanted to say, and I hope the Shade Room sees this, and I hope they post this one. Can you add the Shade Room? Can you, like, add them in here? Can you post this? Can they post... can y'all add them? Tell them to post this. I'm gonna save it. Post this. Post the fact that I support my family, I support their healing. Like, not this bullshit. My dad is okay. I mean, he was definitely... It's not that he was hurting about, the shit. He was hurting because of my hurting. Like, you know? Where were they before? I know. They weren't anywhere. You know what I mean? Shade Room got it juicy in here. But ultimately, I just wanted to come through and clarify. And I also just want to say that I also want to talk about how this is... This is... Everyone hates Brother Anthony. I'm not going to talk about any more tea with my family. I mean, about my family. That's not what this is about. You're not about to pull that out of me. But... yeah, that's true. My mother's not going to discuss it. My mother lives her own personal life. But look, ultimately, I'm not going to keep going into my family. What we can talk about, though, is how it's important for people to have these conversations with their family. So I hope that you guys take this information and just use me as an example and let this inspire you to talk for your family. Let this inspire you for your family. If you have any trauma, let it inspire you to be transparent and to be vulnerable and to say everything that is on your mind. And that's that. Love you the same. And yes, the code of conduct, you know what I mean? And also, yes, Libertude. Since you're here, check out Libertude. We will be working on that. Also, check out... I do shit all the time. I do shit more than this. I do way more than just this. But I do enjoy expressing myself on here and just talking about...
So my summation of this whole thing is this. Listen up. I tell people this all the time. First of all, let me say this. When she described how she was getting beaten, like how they would hold her hands in the air, both hands, it kind of reminds me of the movie Roots. I don't know if you've seen the movie Roots, where the overseer on the plantation was whooping Kunta to say that his name was Toby, and he wanted so desperately to hold on to his African identity, he took those whippings, break skin, cat nine whippings, and he kept saying, Kunta, my name is Kunta, and they kept beating him until he said, Toby. It's that same kind of a mentality, and that same kind, even the whippings are similar, that were passed down to a lot of us who came through Caribbean bloodline or of African descent bloodline, mainly in the Caribbean. And for her, that was her background, right? So she suffered what a lot of us suffered when we were growing up. Some people got past it and have chucked it up to, oh, well, that's how you discipline. That's how my parents discipline, but I won't do it to my kids. But the fact of the matter is, if this was a regular thing for you when you were growing up, then you're probably perpetuating the same behavior on your children today. If you got beatings while you were growing up, you probably beat your children today. Like it or not. And a lot of people get on social media and try to pretend about being something they're not. But if you're going to be honest with yourself as a parent, did you ever strike your child, beat your child, pick up an object, hit your child with the object, that kind of stuff? If you did, then that is the backstory of, that is the repercussion, that is the handing down and passing on of an abusive and destructive form of behavior that was learned and then became tradition from colonial times till now. And that's what she was talking about. You know, she kept saying that's slave shit. Like the way they used to beat us, that's slave shit, bro. That's slave shit. And it is. That is exactly how they used to whoop the slaves. If you want the slave to do anything that you want them to do and to do it exactly how you want them to do, you beat it into them. They'll never forget it. And you beat them so the other slaves will see the beating and know that I don't want to get beaten like that, so I'm going to do everything that this slave does. We even do it to our children. Make an example out of one so the others don't do it. Right? Okay. Now, in her world, she is the child of two very famous people, not to mention the Marley brand and the Marley family. The Marley family is seen as reggae royalty, musical royalty. And of course, Bob Marley's name lives on globally, and it's bigger now than ever before. And it continues to get bigger and bigger. A lot of her uncles are famous. Her aunties are famous. She is in a famous family. So the pressures of just being herself, being true to herself, telling her truth, walking in her truth, and then having the scrutiny of the outside world address her through the media. You know, people talk a lot of stuff about your life as if they know your life even better than you do. I just hope she has the strength while she's putting these things out into the public to actually not internalize a lot of the negative that will come from her own people that she is trying to wake up, right? And I hope she has the strength to walk through this. Powers to her. She said in the other video that she wasn't talking bad about her parents as in they're not good now or they don't have a good relationship now. She was talking about what she was going through while they were growing up. People took it and said that, oh, she's saying that Rowan Marley is a deadbeat dad and he was never around and all that other stuff. And she clarified that later on. My dad worked a lot. My dad was gone. He had to get things done. So, of course, he wasn't around all the time. It's just like if Bob Marley's children were to, or any famous musician who's having children and a family and trying to juggle career, even businessmen and women, they have to take contracts, go on the road, travel. I do it sometimes for 13 weeks at a time. I've been gone from home for up to 9 months. And when I was in the military, I was gone from home for up to a year and a half before coming back to my house. So children in the process of all that, she is giving us her life story, how it was for her at a certain age, in a certain time, and through the lens that she saw it. with the limited understanding of what was going on, how she saw it then, and she is affected by it still today when she remembers. That's all it is. So there's no need to beat up on the sister. We can all learn from this, right? She defended her dad and defended her mom, and it is this social media space that she has to understand that it is a cruel space. In closing, I'm going to say this. Selah has the right to live, to be independent of the Marleys, to be independent of her mother, Lauryn Hill, and her brand. She has the right to express her hurt, her trauma, her pain, and she has the right to find healing through whatever means there is that will bring her healing. So if talking about it on a social media space where she has lots of supporters can actually help her to bring some closure to her pain or past pain, and to bring some healing or some greater understanding she can use to move forward in a positive light, then so be it. Let her do just that. In the meantime, stop beat the picnic them like them a slave. It don't work. You're only traumatizing them for years and years to come. I know sometimes you got to say this stuff to your children 100 times, but try saying it 100 times before lifting your hand.
It's SouFLoTV. Did you learn something from this? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave your comments in the comments section below, and let's have that broader conversation about these damn slave whippings and the colonial plantation mindset that is embedded and passed down from generation to generation, and how it affects us today. Maybe we can save a child by enlightening a parent that this isn't right. Don't do it to your kids. I'm out. Peace.